Cam, I cannot believe. I don't think I have seen you without a beard of some kind. In
I was just thinking that. I was just thinking that. You look, like I was about to say, Babyface McGee.
No, but you look like that picture that I sent of all of us from Las Vegas.
From Vegas.
No, that's honestly what pushed me into doing it. I was like, I haven't shaved my face in like
for sure
15 years.
You literally look 10 years younger, maybe 15. Yeah. You literally look like you do when we were like 17 years old. Keeping the stress away. I like it.
I feel like I'm looking at like a deep fake of your face right now.
Yeah.
It doesn't seem real.
Like, it's that old de-aging CGI.
The CGI.
We got Robert De Niro.
I've been real.
We got De Niro in the box.
He's got that Tom Cruise mummy.
Dude, that video I sent you guys was insane. How bad he looks. I couldn't believe that.
He did he had the jawline clearly like built where he's like, give me the gladiator jaw. And they're like, all right, dude, you're like 60. It's going to look weird. He's like, I don't care.
I got the chisel. Hold on.
Yeah, don't worry. I got a whole production team for my movies that basically just de-ages me 20 years. It helps to pair me up against a star woman that you've never heard of that we pay scale. And she's 29 and I'm 60 fucking 5. And that's my love interest.
It just makes you look at her more. You know, you're not really looking at me on the screen. You're just looking at her, and then you forget. Oh yeah, there's a fucking geriatric guy next to this chick.
Hey, it worked for Just Go With It.
Oh, Sandler wasn't a senior citizen,
dude. The whole concept of Just Go With It, when he like walks into the party, he's fat old Adam Sandler, and freaking Kevin Nealon's like, I was hoping you two would meet. And it's like, you were hoping that this old man was going to meet this 22-year-old?
Yeah. Yes. You were hoping this super questionable relationship was going to bloom?
Yeah. Very questionable.
Hey, Cupid's arrow is flying tonight. Am I right, guys?
You never know if it's going to hit.
Like I think it's a line of dialogue.
Really?
I think that's in the movie.
Really?
Oh,
hey,
man.
I had never seen White Chicks. I don't know if any one of you had it in one of your top 10 I've never seen, but I was.
Let's hear it. Let's hear the review.
I think we brought it up before and you were like, never seen it.
Yeah. We definitely brought it up.
Does somebody want to walk through the plot?
Absolutely.
That's more familiar with it?
I don't.
The entire premise is just hilarious, but it actually made me it made me long for that time where you could just put out a fuck you movie like that, where it's like, yeah, people are confusing the Wayans brothers in drag for these two girls.
No. Okay. So
it's
right
not
off
even
the bat,
drag.
that is one of my notes. That's my first note from the movie is I absolutely love how the other characters play it like they look just like the white girls. But there's just like something a little bit off. Like there's something a little bit off. Like,
the bigger Wayne
got taller.
is like 6'3". Yeah. He's giant.
I love
Wait
that.
a second. You got a nutsack, didn't you?
No, the scene with the two boys that are staring up the stairs at their underwear, and the chicks they're like, "Oh yeah, some panties,
dude."
And
I'm ashamed to admit there was 2 laugh out loud moments. That was one of them, and then the other one, I knew in my head I was like, "Oh, it'd be funny if they did this," but I don't think they're going to do it because it's a Wayans Brothers movie. But when he walks into Terry Crews' house and he's pretending it's his, and there's the giant naked picture of Terry Crews on the wall. Like, I actually thought that was really funny. Like, he's like, yeah, that's me.
My trainer.
Yeah, it's my trainer. It's inspiration.
That's a motivation.
I thought that was actually like an actual like crafted joke, whereas most of the Wayans Brothers stuff is just like, I'm doing a Cuban accent. See this? See me doing things?
Oh yeah.
I right before I went to go watch it, I was like, "Oh my god, this is almost 2 hours long." Like,
yeah, it was very long, and a lot of scenes that didn't matter at all.
Yeah, a lot of scenes that didn't matter.
Almost like to the whole thing of his like the younger Wayans brother, like his whole side plot with the girlfriend that thinks he's cheating. It's like they didn't even have to have this in the movie.
And there was no bad guy. They introduced the bad guy like 5 minutes remaining in the movie. They're like, oh, it was this guy. All right.
It was the Vandergild's dad the whole time.
Yeah, and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
It's one of 4 characters in the movie.
He's the dad from Home Alone, right? That guy's the dad from Home Alone.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out who he was, why he looked so familiar. I looked him up. I was like, oh yeah. And we had seen him in something else. And usually I'm pretty good at picking those things out. But Viv actually recognized him. Like, oh, that's the dad from Home Alone in a different movie we were watching. I'm like, no, it's not. And it was. He got kind of fat and old.
Kevin McAllister, the father.
That's right.
Well, I thought it was super hilarious that they, the chicks, they get a little scratch on the nose and the lip, and they get all these scientists to come in to make them look exactly like them, but they couldn't just fix the 2 little scratches. Like, like they have all the technology to make 2 black guys look like 2 white chicks. They couldn't clean up a couple of little scratches, one on the nose and the lip.
And they were willing to be locked away for the rest of the movie while all these events are happening.
Because they can't go to the Hamptons. They're hideous now.
Because they have to just stay there.
Yeah. But
I just love like a team coming in, and I'm like, well, just fix the 2 little scratches.
Yeah, so just get the team back.
So I'm surprised it wasn't the first thing on your notes, Tyler, because I was trying to pinpoint how I knew the one girl, with a big Vanderbilt chick. Yeah. And I was like, this lady's face looks super familiar. No. Not the ones they're imitating. Oh. Right? So my theory is that they were like, okay, Damon Wayans, or not Damon, what's his fucking name? This shirt made me look gay? How about now? What's that guy's name?
Shawn Wayans.
Shawn Wayans. They realized that Shawn Wayans is like 6'2", 6'3". So they're like, okay, we got to inject some realism into this. Let's cast one of the girls is going to be big, like tall. So who they grabbed was the redhead from Boy Meets World, Rachel from Boy Meets World. Remember the later seasons of Boy Meets World? They bring in this like super tall redheaded chick for some reason who's like Eric and Jack's roommate.
That is classic.
Unimportant that it's Boy Meets World. Yeah. What she's famous for now is hardcore porno.
Oh, wow. How did I know it was going that direction?
Very hardcore porno.
Oh, not just the regular stuff. This is the stuff that Dick Wolf is looking for.
Hey guys, Disney Channel.
The Dick Wolf
Disney Channel will send you down a rough road.
It apparently does.
I immediately go and look online.
Yes,
you're going. You're not going to be able
incognito.
to see. You're definitely going to want that incognito.
Incognito on.
Call me Richie.
Is it Busy Phillips?
I found out. No, she's from Fear Freaks and Geeks.
But does she have anything?
Oh, my bad.
I'm looking for her.
Busy Phillips nude.
Just to kind of put a bow on the part about the scientist with the makeup, one of my other notes from the movie was that the initial cosmetic setup from the scientist to make them look like the white chicks took like all fucking night to do, but then there's scenes in the movie where Shawn Wayans is just like Mrs. Doubtfire, like switching it on and off after that.
In between,
in the hotel room, throwing it on real quick.
There's
that's another thing that I didn't understand either. Is just by hanging out with them, they picked up like their lingo and their mannerisms and the way they say things.
Enough that a friend couldn't pick up on it.
They didn't use it on any of their friends. They used it on people that don't even know them. Like the bellboy or like the desk clerk. Like they don't even know those chicks. So like why even do the impression? You can just do any impression, you know? Like
that's hilarious.
I'm a master of imitation.
I feel like every single gag from the movie was either ripped off from Mrs. Doubtfire or Ace Ventura 1.
Oh, when the girls show up to do the sleepover for some reason, which goes back to another trope that we'll discuss that we've done before, is when they do the sleepover, I go, oh, they're gonna do the Mrs. Doubtfire thing, but they really don't. But what they do is a lot of lazy costuming because they're zooming in on the Wayans, and they clearly have like stubble and like their beard, where they're like, hey, we really need to shave you. guys, I've been in this outfit for fucking 6 hours. We're filming the scene. Like,
something
I
a
don't
little
care.
off about those ladies.
Dude, it doesn't even look human. Like, nobody in their right mind.
It doesn't look anything believable.
Like it doesn't look like anything. It
doesn't look like a white woman. It doesn't look like a black man in white woman.
And
it
then
looks like crazy.
The scene where the cop is sniffing the underwear right when they find out that they're dudes, that's some Finkel is Einhorn. That's like, I literally was just getting Ace Ventura 1 vibes off of that.
Yes.
Dude, that guy's in a super deep cut favorite movie of mine that not a lot of people, I mean, maybe I would be shocked if Ryan's even heard of it, is Dead Man on Campus.
Oh yeah.
Oh
yeah. That's a 90s classic.
With Jason Segel?
No. Oh yeah, he's in it. He's in it.
No.
Yeah, he's in it. He's in it.
Yeah.
He's in
No, I've seen it.
His name is Kyle.
Yeah, I've seen it.
He's the he's like the steroid roommate.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
Yeah,
I forget it was on something for a while, but I think the only reason I watched it is because you told me about it.
Yeah. That guy plays the first crazy guy that they try to get in their room, Cliff. Anyway, I always associate that guy with that movie.
So I was wondering, because the two waspy guys that I guess are like side villains, the young guys, I was like, this guy has really flowery hair. I'm like, why does this guy have this weird haircut? Like, this doesn't seem like, I know this was a long time ago, but this seems bizarre. And my theory is that he only has that haircut so that they can do the gag of him getting ass raped by Terry Crews. Because they do the slow pan, right? They do the slow pan. They do the slow pan from the hair, his hair, over to the fact that it's the man, right? They go from Terry Crews, hair, like, oh wow, Terry Crews had a one-night stand. Oh no, it's that man. But they just wanted his hair to be in the scene, so when they did that tracking shot, like, it's funny that you're realizing, oh, he just ass raped this kid, and that is hilarious. And now the kid is in a wheelchair. Like, just saying it out loud is like crazy, right? But you're like, no, that's just like a PG-13 movie. Ass rape to wheelchair.
Once you go black, you're gonna need a wheelchair. That was what he said. And there was the chick in the wheelchair.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Yeah. He says that, and then she comes rolling by, like literally right afterwards.
Yeah, doesn't she say hi to him or something?
Yeah. Had a great night last night or something like that. Crazy, fucking crazy.
I've seen the movie before, but this last time I phased out before that part for sure.
It took me a minute because I thought that other waspy guy was Jensen Ackles.
Yeah.
But it wasn't him. Not him.
No,
I'm always mistaking people.
He kind of has a similar look to him, that dude, where you're like, all right. And then, like, they go to the beach. Yeah, that's when I really started to zone out. That's like, yeah, the movie's way too long. This movie needed to be 70 minutes.
Quick. Yeah, I
phased I watched it on my phone.
I did not finish.
Yeah, I watched it on my phone while cooking, for sure.
They're going to the beach where you're like, hey, how would you even go to the beach in a freaking bikini if you're in drag? Like, it makes no sense. And then he's like, he never, and that's the thing, he never really faces a comeuppance for like pretending to be a woman with the reporter chick or reporting to be a different person even. So it's like, it's not even like, oh, I'm developing a relationship with this girl in my real persona, but I'm also pretending to be a chick and I got to manage that duality. No. He's pretending to be a completely different man too.
Yeah.
Like,
so you're like, all types of identity issues.
Yeah. What was the point of that? And he never really, she's like, oh, whatever. That's fine.
Do they end up hooking up in the end? Do they end up hooking up?
Yeah. That's like the end. That's the button. That's the button on the end of the movie. And you're like, wait, so that they're just like, you know what? We got 5 minutes left of this thing. They're good. Like
doing the MLO.
Yeah. Director's going.
Oh my god.
Lighting the cig in front of lighting his lighter in front of the cig to indicate that it's time to go.
Taking every ounce of discipline he's got to not spark that thing. Oh, one thing I did think about when I was watching it was I couldn't think of the setup for it, but after sending that picture from Vegas of when we all went for my 21st, and I can't remember the setup, but it was when he said DMX. Oh, you were trying to hook up with DMX, and he's like, oh, I get it, dude. She was a white chick.
This
DMX
is
a black
that
guy.
movie, yeah.
No, but what was the setup? What was the setup to that? Why did he say? Who said?
Tyler was just making fun of him, being like, John's over here hooking up with DMX.
Just thinking of anybody that wouldn't make an attractive chick.
Yeah, and he's
John
like,
hooked up with them.
She was a white girl and he's a black guy. You're good, dude. You're good.
You're good.
Comedy Central, look out.
He's putting it together. He's really putting together what I'm saying.
But remember how quickly those girls darted off after that happened? I think they didn't even realize that this guy could make a crazy guy move like that, and we're like, whoa, I'm not trying to get into this.
Oh yeah.
And then, dude, later, years later, maybe 5 years later, remember on that picture where we're looking up at the ceiling in the elevator, my buddy James from Long Beach Hockey was at
is that
Kristen
you?
or whatever, was like, is that you? And they were like, yeah.
Brutal.
Brutal. Oh yeah.
Fucking brutal.
No way. It was people knew who they were.
Yes, they're and they were not really pleased.
They were local.
They're
oh yeah, that's funny. DM delete this now.
Right. We were not amused.
I remember about that group was Enlo chucking their rental key. Their rental car key
out the window, because they left it there. Hey, friends of the pod, all those girls.
Friends of the
pod.
For no reason,
just those keys.
Rips a hole in the mesh and goes, "Well, see you later." And tosses the keys out the window,
and as if they deserve that, right? How dare you guys hang out with us and have a good time for a couple hours, when we're here just a bunch of dudes. Fuck you guys for being nice. Keys out the window.
Your weekend.
No one hooked up with me. Keys, roof, Excalibur.
It's hooking up. I wonder how
fish goes off one of the crown towers.
I wonder how they got home.
Okay. Oh my gosh. Okay, thank you.
Segue into the next topic.
You're welcome.
Fucking believable.
You're welcome.
Look, for a long time coming, a lot of people have been hey, studios don't just make movies for the Americas anymore. They make it for straight up China, Korea.
There's a lot of international money.
There is international money to be made, and now they've just cut the crap. They've cut the pretense. It is that it's Bullet Train, and the background is Korean or whatever, and then you're seeing random actors where you're like, well, who is this? And it's just this weird Brad Pitt de-age thing, and he's Mr. Cool Guy wearing a bucket hat, and you're like,
oh yeah,
what is this?
No, I have a movie. I have the genre for it now. It's called the color grade kung fu comedy.
Yeah,
that's a new genre.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
is it kung fu?
Yeah.
I didn't see one kung or fu in the whole trailer.
I got about halfway through after the first kung fu fight I saw, and I went, you know what? This looks like a color grade kung fu comedy.
I feel like all three of those words are a farce. I didn't see any comedy. I barely saw any kung fu.
I think that movie studios took a look and said, well, Squid Game was popular, so I think that whatever currency it is they have in Korea, they got a lot of it, and they want to give us some of it.
10 zillion% Squid Game induced. You're
and
Parasite too.
And Parasite. They said oh shit, people watch this stuff.
And John Wick.
Yeah, give it a Korean vibe, but make it an American movie so we can maybe still bilk a couple of dollars out of that US crowd. But then we're gonna send that thing overseas and gangbusters.
Because our parents are gonna be like, I'll go see the new Brad Pitt movie.
Yeah, I wonder how he's doing. I wonder how Brad's doing.
And then there's the Zoe King or whatever chick. They got the young audience with the newer movie generate. It's formulaically calculated in a lab of a movie. What is popular? How can I design a movie in a lab to try to get every fad going right now? All right, here's what I got. I got Brad Pizza. I got this chick. I got the guy from Get Out.
Out of a hat.
Yeah. I got the guy from Get Out, right? So I'm grabbing all these different
genres, throw them on a train,
and they're on a bullet train.
Throw them on a train.
One set for the whole movie. We can film it in a weekend. slap it out with some Korean writing behind it. The next Squid Game plus Parasite plus Get Out plus the kissing booth plus John Wick.
This is just like Red Eye, where you said it probably just happened because Rachel McAdams and Cillian Murphy were just happened to be on the same flight. Like Brad Pitt probably already had a train trip booked that weekend, and they said just roll the cameras.
You're like, Brad, can you take off the bucket hat? No, this is my new look now. I'm a young guy. I'm 30.
Yeah, buddy, no, you can hide that hairline.
This guy's been wearing the bucket since Jennifer.
Ideas out of a hat right here, and we were thinking maybe you piss on someone in this movie.
Going back to the piss.
Oh boy, is this a Dick script? This is a Dick Wolf script?
Mr. Wolf, please.
Crazy.
There's no. You didn't pull that out of hat. There is no hat.
You know,
it's really me.
I have a saying, old Pitt over here: one for them, one for Pornhub.
And I already did one for them.
This ain't gonna make shit in the U.S. We got to put something in it.
Bullet gonna make them.
Did you hear Brad Pitt has a foreign film where he's just pissing on people? There's no plot.
There's no plot.
There's a train involved.
Oh shit!
Well, I never knew a train had so many bathrooms.
And like you said, I thought it was like, I'm like, dude, all these funny people in it. It's got to be okay, you know.
Oh, are you talking about The Watch again? Or whatever?
Yeah.
Have you seen it, Cam?
Yeah, I saw it right around the time it came out and instantly forgot about it.
Yeah, there was like a hitting slump there for Vince Vaughn that I think probably has just continued to this day, of where these movies where it was just like, yeah, Kyle, like him Unleashed, where it's like, no, you don't even have to write jokes or funny premises. Just let him say things really fast, and that's the movie.
Yeah. No, one of the parts in the movie is he has like the Russian doll, and he keeps opening it, and he's going, oh, there's a smaller one inside of it. No, there's not another one inside of it. Oh, there's another one inside of it. And I'm like, dude, how long are they going to do this bit for? Like, he went
30 minutes.
Dude, he went the whole way.
The movie.
Dude. I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that they watched that back in editing and said, put this in.
Hey, can we trim this down? No.
I was going to say make it longer.
You trim, I walk.
I wanted the life-size one that has 100 layers.
I want the luggage size one. I need a luggage size one. You hate to see it. You hate to see a good guy down, you know. They're just
Kyle, I can't believe you watched it.
Dude, I don't know what I was doing when I was looking it up, and I was like, I vaguely remember this movie being out in the theaters when it came out, but like I just, like Cam said, I forgot about it, and then I was like, oh yeah, it's got all these funny people in it. I mean, it's got to be okay, you know.
What's funny is I keep seeing it too pop up, and I'm like, I still don't have any desire to watch it.
Nah, it was rough. I didn't finish it.
Yeah.
I don't finish a lot of movies.
Kyle's infamous now for saying he'll never watch another TV show or movie ever again, but then coming back and going, I watched this movie. It was terrible.
Like what? Which one?
The Watch.
I never said I wouldn't watch it because I didn't know about it.
I know. I just mean movies and TV in general. Like you're perpetually swearing off all media, which I don't disagree with. I just think you won't stick to it.
No,
you gotta open Pandora's box every now and then. You know, you gotta see. You just gotta see.
Stuff's getting canceled. Like
stuff is getting canceled.
Yeah, you gotta see it before they take the watch off.
No, I don't mean canceled like, you know, like the meme turn or whatever. I mean like canceling apps.
Oh yeah,
like unsubscribing.
Well, so I think it's rounding into something a little bit more sustainable. Like I think because now there's competition on all these streaming apps, that you can't just throw money at a bunch of horrible premises and go, we just have content. It's all terrible, but it's out there, right? Like I think people are over it, and that's why there was such mass cancels for like all these different apps, because it's just like, dude, I can't pay $200 fucking
exactly
in streaming services where you have one good thing on there every 6 months. Like it makes no sense.
Well, that's
so I wouldn't
point.
doubt people cancel it.
That's why the start was such a big boom in the streaming industry, because people saw how Netflix had like 1,000, 5,000 movies on it. And like, oh my God, I'll never have to rent a movie again. And now, obviously, after having it for so long, you go on Netflix and you're like,
there's nothing on here.
There's nothing I want to watch on here at all.
No, exactly. The novelty of the backlog has kind of worn off. Where when they first came out, you're like, oh my God, I haven't watched XYZ movie in forever. I'm gonna watch it again. But like that novelty kind of wears off after a while.
And then they had that what's it called, like play something random, like new thing for Netflix. I was like, what's
grabbing at straws? Grabbing at straws, 100%.
Yeah.
Like what psycho is going? I trust what Netflix. I trust what they choose for me.
A Netflix pick.
They keep putting Mean Girls on.
Yeah.
I guess I'm gonna watch it again.
I wouldn't be mad at that.
Guess I gotta watch it for the third time this week.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't even watch like shows and movies anymore unless I'm assigned them for this pod. But I'm super guilty of like documentaries. Like I just finished Keep Sweet.
What is that?
It's about the fundamentalist Latter-day Saints. And it was like a underage girl polygamy ring in Utah.
Is that the one with the famous girl from Small Girls?
Sounds sexy.
Yeah, it's pretty sexy. They're all dressed like Little House on the Prairie.
Hold on. Did you say Small Girls?
Yo,
whatever it's called, small town.
What?
No, I know what you're trying to get to.
I don't think any famous people are in
saying
this.
Something crazy. No, he's right. The main chick from Smallville with the Superman freaking show.
Yes.
That girl was the like second in command in that Nexium cult, where the guy was like, you just take a woman and you fuck her. She wants to be fucked. And that was like the premise of the thing, right? And so this chick, the chick from Smallville was like, turns out in all these court documents, was like the super sadist. And so this guy was just an egomaniac who wanted to fuck, but she wanted to like brand people and like like torture them and get them all like fucked up and shit. Like she was actually like the crazy sadist.
Dev had no idea we were on YouTube.
Share screen. Put it on. Let's watch it together.
I want to watch you watching it.
Every episode we watch an old pod.
We watch an old
watch along.
Eventually, it'll be episodes of us watching old episodes.
You're watching it all.
Yeah, it'll cycle.
Let's watch episode 1.
Let's watch our reaction video to the reaction video we had about episode 1.
I'm auditioning for my role in Tourette's the movie. Want to see a clip of that?
Man,
fuck shit, cock.
We're so funny. I don't know why more people don't watch this.
Have you seen that pod where the guys record something and then all they do is watch themselves watch it, and then the next week they do the same thing with the episode before?
This is the part where I scratch the back of my neck. I love this part.
Yeah, it's so funny.
Yeah,
Man,
classic
I was carrying an extra couple LBs that week. I was doing this. What are you talking about?
Man, no, right here, you guys didn't even know I was jerking off, and you didn't even know it.
Wait, look, you can see my shoulder shaking.
Oh, there, right there. See,
that's where I nutted. That's where I nutted.
I'm gonna do my signature shoulder shake. The boy that gets the guys
Kyle,
going wild.
We knew that was going on. We were trying to ignore it.
We were just being supportive friends.
Is this guy beating it?
Very obvious.
Yeah, exactly. Your camera started going lower.
I'm coming.
Did I say that in my head or did I say that out loud?
You're like, what Kyle's doing.
You're like, guys, how did you know? I thought I was being so discreet. Well, Kyle, let's look back at the tape. Oh!
See how you're all sweaty right here? And your arms wiggling around?
you're screaming mercilessly at the camera. That's around the time we knew.
Your legs in a V shape were a dead giveaway.
There was that time when you told all three of us to look directly into our cameras.
When you stood up.
Oh my God!
When you stood up and sprayed all over the camera, that's when we had a clue that you were possibly masturbating.
Man, the guys are never going to notice this.
These guys have a competition to see who can
Look,
beat
they're
off
not even
fast
seeing. They're not even seeing
Look
what
into
I'm
the
doing.
camera. Look into the camera.
So next week's episode, when we're watching it back, I'm gonna mention it.
You're gonna beat off again.
And while they're watching me do it, then I'm gonna look back and I'm doing it again.
Beat off the videos of me beating off.
I wonder, on such a popular podcast as this, how quickly we could get something yanked off YouTube. If you actually did
and every week it switches off to it's a randomization where your screen pops up and it says you're the one who beats off. And like so the whole episode someone has to beat off while the rest
beat off cam.
It's a beat off cam.
Hey, I'm the one with the belt around my neck, so it's my turn. Okay.
Look,
wonder how Kyle's doing.
I'm going Carradine.
No, I totally thought that White Chicks was okay, but yeah, cinematography was okay.
I can't believe anyone thought they were white chicks.
I can only have this type of podcast when Deb's not home. Me just screaming, "I'm coming!" over and over.
Well, I just got a text going, "What the fuck was that? That was so loud." Well,
shut up, babe. I'm podcasting.
Let me explain.
Theo just said, "I'm coming." Her first words. Congratulations.
She does. She's starting to mimic shit, and which is very terrifying because it's like we're not at the point where we're not swearing or like watching what we say quite yet. So like I am worried about that. Of like, you know, shit.
I mean, she learns all the words eventually. What does it matter what her first one is?
That's true. That's true. We want to document that stuff. We want it to be a swear word out the gate, just to let the world know she's coming.
Start them off blue. Start them off blue, baby.
Yeah, yeah. So you start using those crutches.
Bet you guys didn't know I was beating off during this one. Yeah, we obviously
no
did.
clue.
You're really good at hiding it, man.
Man, that part where Ryan was
again.
talking about a kid, just watch me.
Watch the subtle arm movements.
I'm like Sal from Impractical Jokers. You guys didn't even know.
I thought you were starting a lawnmower every episode.
It's quite the impractical joke.
You didn't even know.
Like I'm pranking you guys.
I get you guys so fucking good every week.
I beat off every single podcast. You just don't know.
Yeah, hey Kyle, I got a new challenge for your old coworker. Can you beat off to this
It was
podcast?
actually me. It wasn't my coworker. Right?
Yeah,
It was actually
yeah.
I'm the crazy one. It was my coworker who was like, "This guy's crazy."
When I said
I may have flipped the roles for comedic purposes.
Oh,